Okay, continuation of the topic, construction of power triangle. Last class, I solved so many problems. Still some more problems are there. So these problems, let me explain. And last class for this topic. So 159.23 microfarad capacitor is in parallel with a resistor R, draws a current of 25 amps from a 300 volt 50 edge main supply. By using the phasor diagram, determine the frequency at which the combined circuit draws a current of 25 amps from the 360 volts main supply. So with the help of given information, I have drawn the circuit. 159.23 microfarad capacitor connected parallel with resistor R. It is drawing to 25 amps from the power supply 300 volts 50 H. So that is the first thing. By using phasor diagram, determine frequency at which a combined circuit to draw same current. Now 300 will become 360, current same. Then for what frequency it will happen that. So that is the question. First we have to find the value of resistor. So if you see the capacitor reactance Xc, 1 by J 2 pi F. F is 50, C is 159.23, micro 10 power minus 6, simplify minus 20 J ohms. Then what is IR value? IR is the current through resistor. So this is IR and this is IC. IR is nothing but voltage by resistance. So 300 by R. And what is IC? 300 by IC magnitude. So capacitor reactance magnitude is also 20. So 15 amps. Now IR plus IC is vector addition should be equal to 25. So IR is 300 by R, IC is 15. Then vector addition of this should be equal to 25. Therefore, 300 by R square plus 15 square under root is equal to 25. Using that formula, solve for resistance 15 ohms. So with the help of first set of data, we find out resistance of 15 ohms. Now second case, what is the applied voltage? 360. How much current should be? Same. And what is the frequency is asked. So IR will be now 360 by 15. Second case, what is R is already known now. What is the applied voltage? 360 by resistance of 15. This is coming 24 amps. Therefore, IR equal to 24. And what is IC? 360 by capacitor reactance 1 by J 2 pi F don't know, C value same. So this is IC. And this vector addition should be equal to 25. Therefore, IR is 24, total is 25. Then what is IC? Root of 25 square minus 24 square equal to 7 amps. Now this is 7. IC is 7. Now this 7 is equal to current equal to voltage into reactance. voltage into voltage by reactance. IC E7 is equal to voltage, that is applied voltage VC by XC. So XC is 1 by omega C na, so that will come numerator. So therefore 360 into 2 pi F into C equated to 7, solve for F. So 19.4 H. So this is a simple problem. Another problem. Here V1 is 220 volts given. V1 220 given. V2 is 122 volts given. V3 is 136 volts given. Find the power factor of the load. All of you please spend more time in understanding the problem because you are learning stage. Spend more time in understanding the problem. Why problem solved like that only? Why not in other way? Like that, you keep on thinking. It will help to understand better way because I am solving all possible problems. So it will give a wide information, wide knowledge, and definitely if you understand all problems, whatever I am solving, I am sure you can solve any problem in the exam. I am not telling same problem will come. Any problem more or less similar concepts will be helpful. So why this topic is complicated? Direct addition, direct multiplication, all you can't do because of inductive reactance or capacitive reactance. So here inductor is there, voltage across R2 and X2 is V3, voltage across R1 is V2, then voltage across applied voltage is V1. So V1 given, V2 given, V3 given, find the power factor of the load. So always we should solve with the help of phasor diagram. Now applied voltage V1. So V1 is always having angle of 0. So this is what V1. Then current is lagging. Why current is lagging? Because of inductive load. So current is lagging. That current multiplied with R1, that current multiplied with R1, you will get V2. What is V3 specialty? V3 is nothing but voltage across R2, voltage across X2. Definitely this will form a right angle triangle. And VR2 also will go along with V2 only. So VR2 and VX2 vector addition will give V3. And V2, V3 vector addition will give V1. And this angle is not 90. This is not 90. But this is guarantee 90. That is very, very important. Okay. So therefore, based on this, V3 is equal to root of VR2 square plus VX2 square because it is 90 degrees. And the second one, V2 plus VR2 square, V2 plus VR2 square plus Vx2 square under root must be equal to V1. So two unknowns, two equations. In this, what we don't know, V3 we know, V2 we know, VR2, Vx2 don't know. So solve these two equations for VR2 and Vx2. Now, if you know VR2 and Vx2, you can find out this angle theta 2. This angle I am calling theta 2. So theta 2 is nothing but tan inverse Vx2 by VR2. So this angle is nothing but this length by this length. I am applying tan inverse. So solve for theta 2. But what is asking? Load power factor. This will form a load only, na? This is the load R2, X2. So angle between R2 and X2 is nothing but theta. That cos theta is a power factor. But here R2 value, X2 value don't know. But with the help of this triangle, this theta 2 is important. So theta 2 finding cos theta 2 is nothing but a power factor. So that is the specialty of this problem. This phasor diagram is important, and these equations understand, we get the solution. Is another problem. VC is the voltage across capacitor. So VC is √2 angle minus 135 given. Then find V. This V is across resistor and inductor. Across resistor and inductor, this V. So then find V. VC given, find V. And this E also not given. VC given, find V. This is the simple. So see, most of the problems solution already I solved. So that time will be saved. Otherwise, you may not have a patience to spend that much time. That's why, to save calculations and all other things, I'm solution readily explaining. I can give more problems in a given time. That is my intention. Otherwise, if I keep on write on the pen tab, it takes a lot of time. You may get bored. So more information I want to give. That is the main intention. But theory part I am explaining with the help of pen tab. Some problems also I am explaining with pen tab. Where more calculations are involved, bigger problems are there. So partially I am explaining with the help of readily available solution. So what is the total impedance? ZT you have to find first. What is ZT here? 1 Henry, 1 ohm, and inductor is parallel. So 1 into j omega L. L is 1 by 1 plus j omega. These two are parallel. That is series with the capacitor. Minus j by omega don't know. C value 2 farad. So simplify this. Simplify. Finally, you are getting this step. Then IC equal to E by ZT. IC, what is the IC is the total current. So IC is nothing but E by total impedance. Na? Current equal to applied voltage by total circuit impedance. Total circuit impedance is ZT, already taken. So using that. E is with this one, ZT, this ZT substitute. Next VC. What is VC? Voltage across capacitor. IC into capacitor reactance is VC. Na? So VC equal to IC into ZC. IC above step, write it. ZC is minus J by omega into 2. So this 2 omega cancel. Further simplify, you are getting this. But in the problem, we see answer given. √2 angle of minus 135. So now magnitude should be equal to √2. Angle should be equal to minus 135. So here angle is convenient because E value don't know. Because E value don't know, equating angle, solving for omega. So tan inverse minus 1 by omega minus tan inverse this is equal to angle of minus 135. And if you apply tan both the sides, you know all these mathematical formulas. So tan of minus 135 is equal to 1. And again, is omega to the power of 3 coming, and solve for omega, you are getting plus 1. So omega is plus 1. Omega we find out. Now question is to find V. Question is to find V. So what is IC value now? IC is VC into j omega C. So that is 2 root 2 angle minus 45. This is IC. IC equal to current equal to voltage by reactance. Na? So VC into j omega C. You can write one more step. IC is VC by XC. So this one, VC is known na, root 2 angle 135, and omega already find out na 1. C is 2 na, so J2. Simplify, you will get this. Now IC current is known. This IC current dividing between inductor and capacitor. Sorry, inductor and resistor. Now use current division formula. IL is equal to IC incoming current into 1 by 1 plus J1. Simplify, you are getting this IL. But what we are looking for, V equal to current into reactance. We know all these things. Simplify, you will get to 2. So V answer is 2 of angle 0. Like this we have to find. So basically we are finding total impedance, then current multiplied with capacitor, reactance, then VC, that VC equating with the given answer, angles compared, find out omega, with the help of omega finding again IC, then IL multiplied with inductive reactance, then you got V. Resistance R and inductance L are connected across 240 volts 50 Hz supply. So what is given data? Resistance R, inductance are connected across. So this is 240 volts, 50 Hz. R value don't know, L value don't know. The power dissipated in the circuit is 300 watts, which will dissipate the power only? Resistor. So what is power dissipation in this resistor is 300 watts. The voltage across resistor is 100 volts. This is 100 volts. In order to improve the power factor to unity, the capacitor that is to be connected in series should have a value of dash. So indirectly, for what value of capacitor, circuit is under resonance. Under that only power factor will be unity. So applied voltage is 200. Voltage across resistor is 100. You can find VL with the help of this triangle, phasor triangle. So VR is 100, VL don't know, and net voltage applied is 240. So VL equal to root of 240 square minus 100 square. You will get this. And power is given 300 watts. Na? So you can apply V square by R, not I square R. I don't know. So V square by R is 300. Voltage across resistor is 100 given. And solve this, find out resistance. And at power factor of unity, unity power factor means inductive reactance, capacitive reactance equal. Voltage is also equal. But what is voltage across inductor we got? 280. Na? So voltage across inductor, voltage across capacitor is equal to same. So what is voltage across capacitor? Current into reactance. So I by omega C equal to same, but this current is 3. How we got this current 3? I square R also equal to 300 watts. Na? V square by R is 300, I square R also 300. So I is equal to 300 by resistance. Resistance is 100 by 3 under root. So two zeros will go. 3 into 3, 9. Root 9 is 3. So I is 3 amps. So that I is substituted here, 3 amps. Then omega is 2 pi f given. C we have to find 218 solve for C. Like this you can do. So he is asking for what value of capacitor, power factor is unity. By equating VXL, no use, VXC, but voltage across inductor, voltage across capacitor equal. It's a indirectly resonance concept. At resonance, voltage across inductor and capacitor is equal. Based on that, I am solving C. When I am teaching this subject in any institute or in the class, I never solve these many problems because of time constraint. Now I got an opportunity to solve so many problems on the online. And that is the advantage. So all students can get the benefit of this. I never solve these many problems because of time constraint. But that time constraint is not there. I want to give, my intention is number of hours should be less, and I want to give more and more information. Students need not read any book. Students need not go through any problems. Just to listen all my videos, go through all my problems and thoroughly, then just to practice some problems enough. You can do wonders in any competitive examination. Next, the average power delivered by the voltage source is, voltage source value is given to a 1 ohm resistor. Indirectly, voltage of across resistor given, asking to find the power. But here only 1 by root 3 is the DC signal, here frequency 2T, here frequency 2T. So RMS is important here. Power is nothing but V square by R, but that V is the RMS. To find RMS, all are not having same frequencies, all are not having different frequencies. That is the beauty of this problem. Because DC signal frequency is 0, but these two AC signal frequencies are same, that is 2. So what to do? First, same frequency components are combined using phasor form. So first combine same frequency terms using phasor form. So what is that phasor form? 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3 I am taking like a maximum only. Angle 30 minus 2 angle 60. Then using calci simplify. So 1.155 is also in maximum. And when I am writing voltage form 1 by root 3 plus 1.155 only, because what I need maximum already in maximum only. So sine 2t minus 90. Now two terms having different frequencies now comes under different frequency category. So VRMS equal to root of 1 by root 3 square plus 1.155 square by 2. Simplify, you are getting 1. Now we want to find the power, V square by R, substitute 1 watt. So this problem, how to find RMS is only important concept. Rest of the things is simple. So this is asked in JNTU exam set 4. Whenever I come across any good problem in any exam can be anything. It can be GATE or IES. Sometimes a good book. Sometimes a good student will ask a good doubt. If I think that the doubt is good, asked by a student, that problem will come to my question bank. So that I will solve. That is my intention. Okay. Problem is simple. Current in a given circuit is I. 12 minus J5. I, just see the question style. Capital I equal to 12 minus J5. Current is given. So you will get a doubt now. What is current? Can be a DC signal, current can be AC signal. What is this nonsense? 12 minus J5 amps. So that's how people will confuse. Okay. When the applied voltage V is 160 minus J120 volts, determine complex expression for power factor of the circuit, complex expression for impedance of the circuit, draw the phasor diagram. The voltage current given, complex expression for power. Complex expression for power is indirectly S is nothing but VI star. What is V? 160 minus J120. I star is complex conjugate na 12 plus J5. So this change into polar, this change into polar. Final answer is this. So this, if you want, again convert into complex form. So complex expression for power. This you can change into rectangular form. Next, second question, power factor of the circuit, cos theta. What is theta? This theta is 60 na? Power triangle angle, impedance angle, current to triangle angle, all are same. So cos 60 is 0.5. Then complex expression for impedance. Impedance is nothing but V by I. V by I substitute, simplify, you are getting this. So this Z is in a complex form na? And this is the power triangle. Like this you can solve. Simple problem. Only thing is this V and I is in confusion form. If you convert into polar, it has a magnitude and angle. With the magnitude and angle, back end it represent a trigonometric function, AC signal only. Sometimes confusing representation. So this is also essay type problem. This is a circuit given when voltage of 220 volts AC supply connected across the AB terminals. AB terminals. So this is AB terminals. What is the voltage applied to 220 volts? And total power input is 325 kilowatt and the current is 20 amps. Current is 20 amps. Find current through Z3. Find this current through Z. So that is the question. Now total power is 3.25 kilowatt. Which will dissipate the power? This 5 ohm resistor. This 5 ohm resistor can dissipate. Z3 also can dissipate because Z3 might be containing resistor also. Na? So we can't conclude that only this 5 and this 5 only dissipate power. Z3 also can dissipate power. Therefore, 20 square, what is current here? This current is 20 amps. Na? What is current here? Dividing, then again combining 20 amps only. Na? So 20 square into 5. 20 square into 5 is power plus then 20 into Z3 by Z3 plus these two are parallel. Here 20 is the square, current square into parallel equivalent. Something 20 square. In this equivalent, how much current flowing? 20. Then which are parallel? Z3 is parallel with 5 plus J20. Na? Okay. So 20 square into Z3 plus 5 plus J20. Z3 into 5 plus J20. These two are parallel. Z3 into 5 plus J20 by Z3 plus 5 plus J20. This is the Z equivalent, total impedance. So in this total equivalent impedance, how much current flowing? 20. So 20 square into equivalent impedance. This is the power dissipated here. This is the power dissipated in 5 ohm is equated to 3.25. Now solve for Z3. Solve for Z3. Then current through Z3 is nothing but, what is the incoming current? 20 amps. He is asking current through Z3. Now use current division. So 20 into opposite 5 plus J20 by 5 plus J20 plus Z3 already got na. Simplify, you will get the answer. So this step is important. This step is important. This is find complex power absorbed by each element. Complex power absorbed by each element. So this is again assay type problem. Find a complex power absorbed by each element. So it has one AC voltage source independent and AC voltage dependent current source, inductor, resistor, capacitor, and this is depending on V2 across capacitor. Question is complex power. Complex power means yes, letter S, absorbed by each element. So to answer that, first you have to find the V2. So this is V2. What is voltage here? V2. Then what is voltage here? -6 plus V2. And we can't write nodal here. We can't write nodal here. It will form a super node. Assuming this current entering, this current leaving, this current leaving, this current leaving. So 7V2 by 60 equal to -6 plus V2 by J12 plus V2 by 10 plus V2 by -J15. Solve for V2. So all these things, when I am giving answer, that much easily it will not come. You have to spend 5 minutes and work on, see that same answer you are getting. Now once we know V2, complex power absorbed by, what is the question? Each element. Every element you have to consider. So complex power absorbed by dependent source. What is dependent? 7V2 by 60. But what is complex power is equal to Vi star na. And what is asking? Absorbed. What is the sign convention? It's already discussed. If current flowing like this, negative to positive, what is power supplied is plus V into I. What is power dissipated or absorbed? Minus V. So here, what is voltage across this? Minus 6 plus V2 na. And current flowing from negative to positive. That means the source is supplying power. But what is asking question? Absorb. Therefore, minus V I star. 7V2 by 60 is I star. Minus V I star. V2 answer, substitute, simplify, you will get this. Then complex power due to independent source. Independent source. Now you need to find this current. How to find this current? You can write nodal equation here. Na? We know this, we can find this. This is nothing but this minus this. So 7V2 by 60 minus 6 plus V2 by J12 is the current flowing through independent voltage source. There is a current star. Then voltage is 6. Why this minus sign again? Current flowing from minus to plus. It is actually supplying, but what we want? Absorb. Therefore, minus 6 I star. Simplify, you will get this. Then complex power due to inductor. If it is only inductor, as I told earlier, S equal to JQ. Only JQ. Then Q, how do you find? Q has got 4 formulas. V square by X, I square X, imaginary part of Vi star, and so on. Like that. 4 formulas are there. So here, which is suitable? V square by X. Voltage is known, na? Voltage is known. So V square by X is suitable. And V is what? Voltage across inductor is minus 6 plus V2. So minus 6 plus V2 square by 12. Here magnitude of Q. Don't take J12, only 12. 25.3 volt ampere reactive. But when it is assigned to power, it is J 25.3 volt ampere. When I am talking units of S, we should write volt ampere. When I am giving units of Q, I have to give volt ampere reactive. That is important. Then complex power due to capacitor is equal to minus JQ. Q magnitude is V2 square by 15. And simplify, you will get 30. So minus J30 volt ampere. Like that. Power absorbed by each element. So here nodal analysis, supernode concept, and this power dissipation convention, then theory of construction of power triangle. So many concepts are mixed here. That's why I am solving this problem. This is a general some good information. Why power factor correction is important. A source of 220 volts and load of 11 kilowatts. When source is 220, voltage across load also 220. Transmission line resistance is 0.2 ohms. Then current of 50 amps. Now just see power factor. If it is power factor of 1, and load power factor is 1. Then what are the losses in the transmission line? 50 square into 0.2, 500 watts loss. If source is supplying 11.5 kilowatt, 500 watts, 0.5 kilowatt, loss in the transmission line. Effectively, how much is transferred? 11 kilowatts. So out of 11.5, 11 is transferred. If it is 100, how much? 95. So 95.6% only billed. Meter is billed for 95.6 of energy which the power company produced. So company producing 100 watts but billing only for 95.6 watts. Why remaining? Remaining is getting loss. So customer will not pay for this loss. Customer will pay bill only for 11 kilowatts. This is when the power factor is 1. What happens if power factor is off? Then I equal to 100 amps to supply 11 kilowatt. Same 11 kilowatt. 11 kilowatt is VI cos theta. Na? VI cos theta should be equal to 11 kilowatt. So cos theta is 1 by 2. This I we have to find. V is 220. So solve for I, you will get 100 amps. So now current is becoming 100 amps to supply 11 kilowatts. But what is the loss in the transmission line? 100 square into 0.2 na 2 kilowatt. So how much department should supply now? If we generating 13 kilowatts, then how much is transferred to 11 kilowatts? 2 kilowatt loss. Why 2 kilowatt loss when power factor is half? So what is the conclusion? As power factor is decreasing, more current is flowing to supply rated power. Because of more current, more losses are occurring. Therefore, efficiency of the billing is reducing. So company will get the loss. Company will get the loss. So with the power factor of half, efficiency is becoming 84 na. 95 reduced to 84. If power factor is 1 by 4, further department will be getting loss. So therefore, power factor always should be operated close to 1. Close to 1. That's why power factor correction is very, very important. If this correction is not done, more losses in the transmission line, department has to generate more power, but the fund what is coming back through meters will be less. That is important concept. So I solved one problem on this power factor correction, how it is done. This problem is an application oriented. So there is an induction motor of 50 kilowatt, power factor 0.8, induction motor, 50 kilowatt and power factor of 0.8. And applied voltage is 230 volts, 50 H. For what value of capacitor, power factor is becoming 0.95. 0.95 is better than 0.8. So this capacitor should be connected parallel to the load. It should not be connected in series. If capacitor is connected in series, what will happen? Applied voltage 230 divided between capacitor and induction motor. Less voltage is applied to the motor. Rated voltage not applied to the motor. Motor cannot rotate expected speed, so its performance will be affected. Without spoiling its performance, power factor should be improved. Therefore, capacitor should be connected parallel, not in series. So that is one point. For what value of this capacitor, power factor is improved to 0.95 from 0.8. That is the question. So it's a power factor correction problem. Previously we discussed why we should correct the power factor, then how it can be done with the help of capacitor. Inductive load is compensated with the capacitor. Practically we always come across inductive load. We never come across capacitive load mostly. So inductive load is compensated with the capacitor. How to do that? So first, complex power of induction motor. I am calling S1. This is a standard procedure. S1 VI What is the S formula? Actually, if you recollect the power triangle, S equal to VI angle of theta. Na? This is nothing but VI cos theta by cos theta, I can write. And theta is nothing but cos inverse power factor. You can do that. So cos theta cancel. But why I am taking VI cos theta? VI cos theta value is P. This P is given already. That is the reason I am doing like that. So 50K by cos theta is 0.8. Cos inverse of 0.8. Convert into rectangular form, you are getting this. Indirectly, with the help of given data of P and power factor, we are finding S. So P plus JQ, na? P already 50 satisfied, extra Q we find out. That is only important. This is what already we have. Then complex power needed to meet required specification. What is our requirement? 50K by power factor of 0.95, angle of cos inverse 0.95, convert, you are getting this. This is what our requirement. This is what we have already. So what is the complex power needed to meet required specification? Additional complex, sorry. This is additional complex power needed is nothing but S2 minus S2 equal to ST minus S1. Just look at. This is S1. This is S2. What is total? This total is ST. So how to find out S2? S2 is nothing but ST minus S1. We know ST, we know S1. So therefore, S2 equal to ST minus S1. This is what additional complex power needed. Additional complex power needed. So S2 equal to VI star, na? S2 we got it. Here S2 we got it. This V same only, na? V. Now assuming this current of some I1, this current of I2. So what is S2 equal to VI2 star? VI2 star. What is V230? I2 star equated to this. Solve for I2 star. Then I2. Again complex conjugate, you will get this. Then voltage by current. V by I2. 230 by I2. This is the capacitive reactance. Voltage by current minus J2, minus J2.51, which will give negative capacitive reactance. Minus J by 2 pi FC equal to minus J2.51. What is unknown? C. So like that we find out C value. First step is what is the complex power? We have S1. To meet our requirement ST total, how much it should be. To meet this, what is the additional requirement? So this is step 1. With the help of additional complex power needed, you follow remaining standard procedure, you find the value of C. There is also another concept here. We always, what is the power triangle is this? This is, let us say, Q1. This is P1. This is S1. This is theta 1. Power factor means cos theta, na? Cos theta should improve. To increase this, theta should decrease. How do you decrease theta? You have a two options. By increasing P also you can decrease. So P2 greater than P1 and this remains same. Q2 equal to Q1 remains same. Now what happens to S2 greater than S1 and theta 2 less than theta 1? So angle decreased. power factor is improved. But why we don't adapt this method? The reason is power is increasing. This induction motor should consume 50 kilowatt only. Instead of 50 kilowatt, if you apply 100 kilowatt, motor will spoil. Then you have to go for rewinding and money will be keep on wasting. So don't increase P value. Without disturbing P, you have to improve the power factor. Then what is the other option we prefer? This P same, P2 equal to P1 same, this Q2 decrease. Q2 less than Q1. And automatically S2 less than S1. Theta 2 also less than theta 1. So without disturbing P, Q only decreased, then angle is decreased. Now we are safe. But how do you decrease the Q value? There is this much is there already. You want to decrease. Decrease means with reference to this, reverse you add it. So this is minus JQ, we have to add. Which will give minus JQ? Capacitor. Na? So choose the capacitor such that will give minus JQ. Then total effective Q value decrease. Then angle decrease, power factor is improved. We follow this method, we don't follow this. That is the reason. This is another small concept, bigger problem, but simple concept. Here source and load and A, B and neutral. Voltage across, it's a two-phase system, VAN, VBN. The source is supplying a load through two-phase three-wire transmission system as shown in figure. VAN is 220 sin 100 pi t, IA, current IA, 10 sin 100 pi t, VBN, voltage in B with respect to N, neutral. VBN is 220 cos pi t, IB is 10 cos 100 pi t. Is asking total instantaneous power flowing from source to the load is. So ABCD option given. Here total power is nothing but power in phase 1, power in phase 2, obviously. And P is nothing but VI cos theta. V phase A, I phase A, cos theta A. V phase B, I phase B, cos theta B. Phase A, phase B, total add it. What is V phase? 220 by root 2, because that must be RMS. 220 by root 2, 10 by root 2, cos theta. What is the phase difference between voltage and current? This is sine, phase difference is 0. Here, voltage is cos, current is also cos, again phase difference is 0. So 1100 plus 1100, 2200 watts. Simple. Yeah, the total real power delivered to load by the source is. So there is a load 1, load 2. Load 1, I1 is given 5 of angle 0. Load 2, I2 is given 5 of angle 30. This is the bar. Bar indicates like a vector form. I2 bar, I1 bar, I bar. So total real power delivered to load by the source. Now solution is P is equal to load 1, power in load 1, power in load 2, that we have to consider. What is the voltage applied here? 200 only, na? For both are in parallel. The voltage is 200. Then what is the current given? 5. What is cos theta? 200 of 0, current 0, so cos 0. Here 200 into 5 into cos 30. Here current angle is 30, voltage angle 0, so difference of 30. Simple. So it is like a total power is nothing but power in load 1, power in load 2. Whether they are in parallel or series, it should be done like this only. And because parallel voltage is same, currents different values anyway given. I used VI cos theta. I can't use I square R, V square by R because R values don't know na. So VI cos theta only preferred. The last problem. Don't afraid of it. Is IS. Okay, in the circuit shown, V1 magnitude is 200 volts. V2 is 200 of angle 0. And I magnitude is 12 amps. This I magnitude is 12 amps. The total power absorbed by circuit is 1.8 kilowatt. Find R1, X1 and X2. Find R1, X1 and X2. R2 already given 10 ohms. R1 don't know, X1 don't know, X2 don't know. And V1 magnitude 200 given. V2 magnitude 200 of 0 given. Current I magnitude 12 amps given. Total power absorbed also given. So find this. So if you see this V2 triangle, this V2 200 of 0 is nothing but here this magnitude of 12 means what is the current here also 12 only na? And what is the voltage 12 into 10? 120. So VR is 120. Vx2 don't know. And this is 200. So solve for Vx2, you are getting 160. And this 160 is nothing but current into X2. So what is X2 now? 160 by 12, 13.33. So he's asking X2 na. Find X2. So we got X2. So plus J 13.33 ohms. Next, power in 10 ohm. What is power in 10 ohm? V2I cos theta 2. Power in 10 ohm. What is the power in this 10 ohm? V2I cos theta 2. So what is V2 applied? 200. What is the current flowing? 12 amps. Cos theta 2. Don't know. It should be equal to I square R na. 12 square into R. So solve for theta 2. Solve for theta 2. So what is the current I now? 12 of minus 53. 12 of minus 53. Why this minus 53 current I have taken? Inductive load. So this current magnitude is 12 amps. Now angle we got it na. So with respect to 0, current is lagging by minus 53.13. So actual current including angle we find out. This is power in 10 ohm. Power in 10 ohm. Next to power in this R1. The total power VI cos theta 1. The total power is V1I cos theta 1. V1I cos theta 1. Theta 1 is this total. So V1 is applied 200. Current is 12. Cos theta 1 don't know. But total power I can call it as PT. So PT is given how much? 1.8 kilowatt. This is given in the problem. So in this we know everything. Solve for theta 1. Theta 1 is 41.4. Now what is V1 angle? V1 magnitude is 200. V1 magnitude is 200. With the help of angle and so on, V1 angle we have to find. So what is V1 magnitude is 200. Then theta 1 is 41.4 and theta 2 is 53.15 minus 53. So this is what? Minus 53.14 plus 41.4 4 is the total angle. This is what? V1. Then V1 minus V2. V1 minus V2. V1 minus V2. V1 minus V2. Got it. Then what is I2? I2, where is I2? I2 is current through capacitive reactance. I2 is nothing but V1 minus V2 by minus J20. We got this. Then I1 equal to I minus I2. I1 equal to I minus I2. So I is known, I2 is known. You are getting I1. Then Z1 is nothing but V1 minus V2 by I1. This is Z1. This is Z1. So Z1 is potential difference by current. So Z1. So in this Z1 will contain R1 and X1. It is a lengthy problem, R1 and X1. So like this, how do you get the idea? Problem should be solved like this only. That is the complexity of the subject. By solving more and more problems, you will get the idea. Okay. So with this, I am closing the class. All of you, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel named with CH Ganapath Reddy, near bracket CGR. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. So construction of power triangle topic is over. Total AC module, AC analysis. AC analysis is one module. AC fundamentals, average RMS, steady state analysis, construction of power triangle. This topic, this module is very, very tough comparing with DC analysis. If there is any doubt, go back to first topic of AC analysis, then steady state, average RMS, steady state, and so on. Repeatedly, if you review these videos again and again, your understanding level will improve. So that is my suggestion. So I am closing